signal sharper than a blade. I arch into the gravity that every motion made. Your thigh collides against my own, pressing deeper into fire. I surrender to the undertow and drown inside desire. Trace me where the marks remain. Pull me through your hidden plan. Every scar is written proof of the hunger in your hand. Your breathless weight along my back anchors me against the floor. I let the rhythm tear me open and beg for nothing more. Keep me here. I will never ask release. Your hand unfastens every lock, metal slipping out of place. The fabric trembles on my hip, marking where the anthem waits. You trace a path across my thigh, with pressure carved in slow descent. The room collapses into heat. I've been to every accident. Your shoulder drags against my chest. Your voice a signal I Each second scratches deeper in until there's nothing left to say. Your teeth graze lightly at my neck. Sparks unravel from the strain. I hold the tremor in my hands and beg the moment not to change. Every pulls against the frame, each push heavier than the last. Your palm leaves marks on the table, tracing where the hours bled. Spilled wax hardens by the bed, holding the shape of your fall. I follow the cracks in the plaster until they lead me back to you. An iron key hangs from your throat, swinging slow with every turn. I watch the chain carve tiny arcs like it writes against your skin unseen. The carpet drinks the weight of your step, fibers closing as you pass. I keep the rhythm in my chest, a pattern I refuse to lose. Press me where the fracture starts, drag me through the hiss of tape, hold the hour until it splits and let it stain us both. Your temple leans against the wall, breathing heat into the paint. I carry the mark in silence long after the song has gone. Leave the key hidden. chair, falling slow without a sound. I follow lines your shadow leaves until the night pulls me around. Don't resist, it won't dissolve. Hold me where the hour bends. Every signal that you give tears the boundary again. The car The chair tilts on wooden legs, grinding patterns into the floor. Your temple glistens with a trace. I follow until I'm undone. A button strains along its thread, snapping into the quiet air. I close around the gap it leaves and drown inside your pulse. Keep the room unfastened so I can enter once more. The chair creaks under your shift. Bare light sways above your shoulder. A glass tilts, catching what's left of a night that refuses to settle. Your fingers graze the lacquered wood, trailing heat across its grain. I feel the tremor in the pause before the fabric lets you move. Cigarette ash clings to the rim, burning slow, daring to fall. You turn your jaw toward the dark, and I break inside the outline. Every mark leaves a residue. Every pause cuts deeper still. I keep the taste against my tongue until the hour bends in two. let it clean. shaking loose the weight of night. Your hand leaves prints on the lacquer, marking where the hour bends. A sandal drops against the tile, breaking rhythm in the dark. The fabric clings along your shoulder, telling secrets it shouldn't hold. The lamps burn in crooked lines, striping patterns down your thigh. I gather them inside my chest until the heat begins to sing. Trace me where the paper cracks, drag me through the hiss of tape. Every pause turns into hunger, every shifter sharp and a bracelet slides across your wrist, clattering sparks into the floor. I follow the tremor you carry into the folds of our delay. The shutter closes halfway down, hiding nothing from your pose. I taste the hour as it falters and find myself undone again. Leave the door unlocked so I can return unspoken. flickers across your jaw, like you can't decide who to follow. You slip a button through the gap, fabric sighs against your frame. The room exhales in broken ticks, as though it listens for the fall. Glass sweats across the table's edge. A drop clings, refusing the plunge. You watch it tremble as I do, waiting for the tilt to break.